Basically, he used me. And, I don't know, all I can say is he used me. And he finessed me. So, I mean, I didn't know what to do at the time, Hey guys, it is me, your girl, Sugaranda, you know. Welcome back to my channel, and I know I haven't posted in almost 2 weeks. Your girl had no idea what to do a video about, but I finally decided to do a story time. And I've been wanting to do a story time because you guys really liked the last one. But you see, I didn't know what to do it about because my life is boring and nothing happens, so sorry. In this video, I'm not just going to be doing a story time, I'm just going to be also doing a get ready with me, even though it is like 8 o'clock at night. I feel like doing my makeup. Story time, if you can't tell from the title, is about how I got finessed for $1,000. Yeah. For those of you who do know who I'm talking about, please do not comment his name because I am not going to use his name. I'm not going to use any names in this. I'm not, at least not real ones. I'm going to use all fake names. Except for Lestats, because you guys know exactly who Lestat is because I posted videos with him. So I'm not going to hide Lestat's name because he is a part of the story, but I am going to change everybody else's names just because, you know, whatever. Not giving anybody any clout. Anyways, so we're just gonna call this guy Tommy. This is like kind of a side story right here, but I had me and Lestat had broken up for a little bit, and so we weren't together, and so I'm not even gonna lie, I kind of used this guy as like a rebound because I was really upset about it and I didn't know what to do, so I kind of used this guy as a rebound, and we kind of like would drink together, hang out together, go, you know, like swimming and stuff. And actually, I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun with this person. Oh, another thing, I know some of you have noticed the hole of paint in my wall. My 5-year-old sister decided to peel the paint off the wall and we just haven't got it painted over, so I'm really sorry about how trashy that looks and it makes me so mad, but it's okay, I guess, right? Yeah. So yeah, this guy was like basically my rebound. I really honestly, I mean, I kind of liked him, but I kind of just more so just kind of used him at the same time. Not like I used him, but like, because I mean, I did kind of like him. I'm not gonna lie. I did like him, but I didn't start talking to him because I wanted to. I just started talking to him so I could try to get over what was going on in my life, but I did end up liking him. So just to clear that up. One day, it was like 2 weeks after me and Tommy had started hanging out, and I had I was working at Burger King at the time, and I had a point in it where I was about to have like 2 or 3 days off in a row. So I was like, I hit up Tommy and I was like, do you want to go to the beach? Because I had really been wanting to go to the beach. I love the beach. It's one of my favorite places in the whole world. So I really wanted to go to the beach. So I was like, oh, okay, let me ask Tommy if he wants to go, you know, to the beach. So I texted Tommy and I was like, hey, do you want to go to the beach on Friday? I'll pay for it. I have a paycheck coming that day. You know, we can go to the beach. He was down for it. He was like, yeah, you know, I'd love to go to the beach. Sounds like fun. And he was like, what beach? I was like, well, I mean, we can go to St. Pete because that's where his cousin lives. And he, you know, that's where he's kind of from. So he was like, yeah, we can go to St. Pete. So, I mean, I was cool with going to St. Pete because it's near Clearwater, and Clearwater Beach is really fun, so I figured that St. Pete would be fun, and I had never been to St. Pete, so I was like, okay, so yeah, that's cool, let's go to St. Pete. And it was gonna be me, Tommy, Tommy's roommate, and Tommy's brother. So, they don't really need names because they're not really a big part of the story, even though they were there the whole time. They don't really need names, so I'm just gonna call him his roommate and his brother, and his cousin's in the story too, so I'm just gonna call him, you know, his cousin. Thursday came and I had just gotten off work, and Tommy had Snapchatted me, because that's basically how we talked, was either on Snapchat or he would call me on Facebook Messenger. So Tommy Snapchatted me and was like, hey, do you really want to go to the beach tomorrow? So I guess he thought I was kidding the whole week. Like, and I was like, yes, of course I want to go to the beach. Like, why would I say I want to go to the beach and make these plans if I really didn't want to go? He was like, okay, well, cool. We can go. My mom got us snacks and stuff. Shout out to his mom, by the way, because she got us some, like, Capri Suns. And they were pretty good, and we drank those on the drive there because it's like a 4-hour drive. Oh my god. The next morning came, and I woke up, and it was like 10 o'clock, and I Snapchatted him because I was waiting for him to wake up so I could Uber to his house. He finally got up at like 10:30, and because I had Snapchatted him at like 10, I want to say. So he Snapchatted me back and was like, hey, I'm up, you can come whenever. And I was like, okay. The people that live around here, you're gonna know this already, but he lived in a small town, the small town I grew up in. He lived in Trenton. Technically he lived in Wakasasa. For those of you who know where that is, you know what I'm talking about. But Wakasasa is in between two small towns. Okay, so there's the small town he lived in, which is Trenton, and then there's another small town right here called Newberry. He lived in between them, but it was technically Trenton. And then, so here's Trenton, then there's Newberry, then there's Gainesville, which is the city I lived in. So I had to Uber about an hour away to get to his house. So my Uber costed me $60, and I tipped my Uber driver because I was feeling nice that day and in a good mood because I was about to go to the beach. So I tipped my Uber driver $20. So I ended up paying $80 for an Uber, which was cool because that night at like midnight when I was at the beach, I got a notification saying that my Uber had been refunded. So that was cool. That was really cool. Thanks, dude. It took us like 4 hours to get there. When we finally got there, we were looking for a hotel, and we ended up finding one because most of them were booked. But we ended up finding one. It was literally right on the beach. Like, you walk outside, walk to the end of the hotel, like where the end of the buildings, and the beach was like the sand of the beach was right there, so you could see the beach. You were on the beach, like the whole beach was literally right there. So we found that hotel, and before I completely finish the story, and don't mention this, I was the only person out of all 4 of us that had any money. I had just gotten paid the day, like that day, like we left at 10 o'clock in the morning. I had just got paid like at 3 o'clock in the morning before that. So I was the only person that had money. So I paid for the hotel, which was cool. I was down for paying for the hotel. I knew I was gonna have to pay for the hotel the whole time, so I was cool with it at first. The hotel was over $100. It was like right over $100. for one night. We also got a bottle of alcohol because there was somebody there who was over 21 who could buy it for us. Well, there were actually two people because his roommate and his brother are both over 21. So they were able to buy alcohol. So we did have a bottle, which I had to pay for. And we had some Red Bull for chasers or whatever. So that night, basically, we just drank, we were on the beach and all that. And keep in mind that me and this guy, me and Tommy, we're kind of like a thing. So, we're, like we're kissing and stuff. And, we're both drunk. And, he ended up getting drunk. Like, he was, at the end of the night, he ended up in the bathroom, on the floor, throwing up in the toilet, and I had to go in there and give him water. I had to go in there and pick his head up out of the toilet, and he kept falling asleep with his head in the toilet, and he was throwing up, and it was really gross, and I had to, like, take care of him, give him water. I had to rub his back. And so eventually he stopped throwing up and he ended up falling asleep, like, against the toilet. I had to literally pick him up and move him. He's not that big of a guy, so it wasn't that hard. He made me sleep with him in the bed because he was, drunk and he wanted to make sure he'd be okay, which, I mean, we were whatever, so I was gonna sleep in the same bed as him and have the other two have the other bed because we had a two-bed room. So, I was like, whatever, I kind of already figured that. And I was like rubbing his head and I was like humming because for some reason it really calms him when it was really calming to him that I would hum and sing to him while he was sleeping, while he was drunk. So I just hummed to him so that way he would, feel better because I'm a nice person. So yeah. The next day comes and we spend literally the whole day out on the beach. And we actually broke into this hotel pool. Eventually we ended up going to his cousin's house, and his cousin's actually really cool. He's really dope. I talk to him sometimes. His cousin's really dope. I actually met 3 of his cousins. They're all really dope. I still only talked to one of them though, but they were all dope, all cool. So I have no issues with these people. I have no issues with his brother that was there, his roommate, his cousins, none of them. Just him. His cousins, 2 of them work at the dog races in Pinellas County. I don't want to say in St. Pete because I'm not sure if it was in St. Pete, but it was in Pinellas County. So we went to the dog races and I have pictures of how pretty it was because they worked there. So we were up in like the highest part of it where they have the control center. I have pictures. I will put pictures in here. I'll put them right here. And we went to the dog races, just me and Tommy. The boys wanted to stay behind and get drunk, so they did. So he asked me to go with him to the dog races. I guess it was kind of like a date. So we went to the dog races. And it was really, really, really fun and really, really, really cool because I have never been to dog races before. So that was new, something I had never done before, and I really actually enjoyed it. We didn't have to pay for it or anything though, so thank fucking God. We ate McDonald's literally for breakfast, lunch, and dinner the whole time we were there. Actually, one time we went to this burger place that was really good, and every single time we got food or every single time we needed to get a bottle of alcohol, I paid for it. I paid for it and it was whatever. I really wanted to like impress this guy because I was kind of starting to like him. Like I said, at first, I started talking to him just to get my mind off things, but then I ended up really liking him. So when I started to like him, I really, really actually wanted him. I wanted him to actually like me. So, you know, I was doing all this stuff to try to, you know, impress him and try to make him happy. So, yeah. The first day, not the first day we were there, but the next day, like after we had woken up, his car actually broke down in the hotel parking lot, and I had to walk to Walgreens and buy him $40 jumper cables because he was broke down. He actually ended up running out of transmission fluid, and I had to buy him that as well. So keep in mind, I fixed this man's car 2 times, or else we would have been stuck in St. Pete. We went and we got a different hotel, which actually ended up being cheaper. It was right underneath $100, and I got a discount because I signed up for a membership, and I actually have a free stay at that hotel now. But so yeah, we ended up staying at a different hotel. It wasn't on the beach, but we still had fun. We still drank. We still had fun. He ended up getting drunk as fuck again, puking in the toilet, and I had to take care of him. Woke up, went to McDonald's, ate McDonald's, went to his cousin's, hung out, you know. We went to the beach for the whole day, almost all night. We were gonna stay, but we didn't. We ended up going back to Trenton, going back to Tommy's house, and we left really late at like midnight. That's when we left St. Pete, so we ended up getting back to his house at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So we dropped off his brother, because his brother lives down the road. So we dropped off his brother at his house, and then it was me, Tommy, and Tommy's roommate. We went back to Tommy's house, and it was, like I said, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. So he asked me to stay the night instead of taking me, you know, home. So I stayed the night with him. Apparently, while we were sleeping, his ex-girlfriend, she came to his house with his sister, and apparently she saw us sleeping. And so that's kind of weird. But me and her are actually friends now, so I don't have any issues with her. But I don't know. He tried to get me to fight her, and I never did. I never tried to. He asked me to, and he was kind of weirdly obsessed with her. I'm pretty sure he probably still is weirdly obsessed with her. I wake up the next morning and we went to McDonald's, and again, and we got food. Everything was fine, and then he was like, so my sister's coming over. His sister didn't like me because, like I said, his sister was friends with his ex, and at the time me and his ex were not friends yet. So his sister didn't like me, and he was like, she's coming over and I don't want drama, so I'm just gonna take you home and I'll come get you later. So he took me home, and he actually hung out with me there for a little bit, and then he brought me back. Or not brought me back, he went home. And he never came back. You know, he said he would. He never came back. The whole time there was this girl named, we'll just call her Heather. That's not her name, but we'll call her Heather. Anyway, so Heather had been DMing me a little bit for a few days. Like, she DM'd me randomly throughout the 2 weeks I was hanging out with Tommy, and then she DM'd me when we were, you know, in St. Pete, and basically she was saying that he was talking to her, and he was talking to me, and that he was playing us, and I'm like, no, he's not. I know he's talking to you, he's not hiding it. He's hiding it from you, but he's not hiding it from me. And I was like, he's still single, he can talk to whoever he wants, you know, like, I didn't care who he was talking to because he was single and he wasn't my boyfriend. So I didn't care who he was talking to, and Heather was just obsessed with it, was rude to me about it when, before this we were friends. Not like friends, but we were like acquaintances. But so she was really, really, really mad about the situation, and I was like really, really, really whatever about it. Hey guys, so I'm basically gonna film the rest of this video in my bathroom because my little sister came home and she's making a lot of noise in my room, so yikes. So I'm just gonna film the rest of it in here, and as you can see, I actually did the whole rest of my makeup, so I can't really do anything for you guys more with that. But I'm just gonna finish the rest of the story. Basically, I'm just gonna sum the rest of it up because I'm just ready to get to the point of the story. I spent about $250 on hotels. Then I spent about $100 on his car, so $350. And then I spent about $100 in gas, so $450. Then I spent about $50 on food, so that's $500. Then I spent about $100 on alcohol. So we're already at $650, and you also have to count the fact that we bought small little knickknacks, we bought snacks, we got small little drinks, like I always got like Monsters and stuff, and I smoke, so I was buying and they said some of them yeah, they smoke too, so you know, we were buying cigarettes, we were buying Black and Milds, we were buying, you know, we bought like small little steps, so that's like $100 right there, so that is $750 right there. But I spent at least $750 on this kid. And then we go back to, Trenton, and the whole time that we were in St. Pete, he's telling me that I'm gonna be his girlfriend, and that and then we go back to Trenton, and he, like I said, he took me home, and then the next day, blocked. Just read my message. He talked to me for half the day, read my message, blocked me. He blocked me. And it ended up being because he ended up started to date Heather. And Heather kept, like, she was talking mess, and I really didn't care what she was saying. I didn't care about the situation. I ended up not caring that he blocked me. I was really, really, really mad at the fact I had just spent all that money trying to impress him, and then he did that. He couldn't have done it before. So basically, he like finessed me, and I ended up spending at least $750 on him. Not to mention all the money I spent on him the 2 weeks before the beach, me paying for all their weed, their alcohol, their gas, me paying for him to get transmission fluid and all kinds of stuff as well, plus all the times we went to McDonald's, also the time we went and got milkshakes. I'm sure I can think of more, all the times we went to Gainesville, and basically I just spent money on this kid just for him to, block me, like if you didn't even want to talk to me, or if you wanted to be with Heather in the first place, like, why did you hit me up? Because he hit me up first. He hit me up, he was talking to me, he wanted to hang out with me in the first place. So, like, yeah, I'm not gonna say he planned to finesse me, because it was my idea to go to the beach. I offered to pay for everything, even though, like, he still ended up using me. in the end, like, he finessed me. Like, literally the next day after I wasn't with him anymore from the beach, he just blocked me because of Heather. And I know it's because of Heather because they got together like a few days later and they were dating. So, what? So I got played and I got finessed, but it's okay because I look better than Heather anyways. I hate this kid and I'll never talk to him ever again unless it's to smack the shit out of him. And I'm sure a bunch of people know about the situation. I'm sure he probably went and bragged about it to people because, yeah. Anyways, I don't really care what he says. I don't care what he tells people. He used me. And it's whatever because I don't care. I don't care. And I still look better than his girlfriend. So sorry, Heather, but you ain't shit. She's like had her friends come to me talking shit, you know, have her friends message me trying to get information out of me about what happened between me and Tommy, and she never ends up getting it, and she never comes at me directly, or she never talks shit at me directly. She just talks shit to other people and have them come talk shit to me, which really just makes her look like a weak bitch, but it's whatever. This is like literally the only time I've had any drama in like the past year was when this happened, and it wasn't really drama because like it's basically just her being jealous. Like, she still follows me on social media, she still watches my social media. I don't have her on anything. I don't look at her stuff. I don't look at her pictures with Tommy. I have Tommy blocked. I really, like, he blocked me on Snapchat, like I said. So, like, you know, I blocked him on Messenger, on Facebook, all that stuff, because I really don't care. Like, he hadn't blocked me on that stuff, and, like, after, like, a few weeks, and I just got tired of seeing his face popping up on my phone, because, every time I saw it, I just wanted to say something to him about how he owed me a lot of money, and, so I just blocked him because, it was easier. Leave a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so that you will get notifications every time I post. Follow my social medias. They will be linked down in the description. Make sure you comment any kind of videos you guys want to see, because as you can tell, like I said at the beginning of this video, I never know what kind of videos to do, and I kind of just come up with them eventually and then do them. That's why sometimes my videos are so spaced out, because I can't think of anything to do. People are always like giving me things to do, and I'm like, it's stuff that I would never do. Like, someone wanted me to collab with a gaming channel. How am I supposed to collab with a gaming channel? What the fuck am I gonna do? Like, with the kind of channel that I have, like, what am I supposed to do with a gaming channel person? How do I collab with them? Just tell me how. Yeah, I don't know either. But okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna go eat. So, yeah. Bye, guys.